Good evening. So I
Good
think we
evening.
can
So I think we can
start today's
start
session.
today's session.
Um,
Um,
Yesterday we were
Yesterday
able to
we
look
were
at what we
able
call
to look at
RGUI
what you call our
interface,
GUI interface,
and as I
and
said that we won't
as
be
I said
using
that we
it
won't be using it
uh, going
uh,
forward
going forward
because the interface that
because
the,
the interface that
the
the,
development environment that
the
we shall be
development
using is called
environment that we shall
RStudio,
be using is called
which is
RStudio,
part of RGUI.
which
So
is
I
part
want
of
us
our
to
GUI.
first
So
of
I
all
want
open
us first of
RStudio
all to open
and
RStudio
go through the
and go through the same
thing that we did
thing
yesterday.
that we did yesterday.
And even before
And
that,
even before that,
Sam, I don't know if
Sam, I
you
don't know
have
if
Arc
you
Studio. Did
have our
you
studio.
manage
Did
to open
you
it
manage to
maybe before
open
our
it
class?
maybe before our class?
Yes, I did.
Okay, okay.
Okay, okay.
So I'm trying to share
So I'm
my
trying to
screen.
share my screen.
Um,
Um,
Arc Studio,
Arc Studio.
in most
So
cases,
in most cases, after the installation,
uh, you might have
you
seen
might
it
have
in
seen it in
the
the
what do you call it?
what do you call?
That's the
That's the
desktop,
desktop,
or
or
mine
mine
as you
like
can
mine
see.
as
I
you
don't
can
know
see.
if
I don't know if you can see.
it is here.
It is here.
This is Arc
This is
Studio.
Arc
It is in
Studio.
the
It is in the
taskbar
taskbar
down here.
down here.
I pinned it
I pinned
here.
it
But
here.
in
But
case
in
you can't
case you
see
can't
it
see it
anywhere,
anywhere,
you just
you
come
just
on
come
your
to your
laptop or
laptop or
desktop. You
desktop.
click
You
on
click on
search.
search.
Then
Then
you
you
type
type
Arc
Arc
Studio.
Studio.
Then
Then
after
after
that,
that,
uh,
uh,
you
you
double
double
click it
click it
here
here
in
in
order to
order to
open.
open.
So,
So,
but
but
mine
mine
already, I
already I
have it
have it
here.
here.
Just
Just
double
double
click
click
to
it to
launch.
launch.
So
So
it
it
is
is
launching
launching
mine.
mine.
I
I
have
have
been
been
using it.
using it.
That's
That's
why
why
it is
it is
taking
taking
some
some
time
time
to
to
launch
launch
because it
because it
has a
has a
lot of
lot of
information.
information.
Okay, I
Okay, I
don't
don't
want to
want to
update
update
now.
now.
Let me
Let me
just
just
click
click
remind
remind
later.
later.
I
I
don't know
don't
why
know
it
why
has
it has
failed to
failed to
launch.
launch.
Can
Can
relaunch it. Sorry. Sorry for that. I close my. So
so
we
we
launch
launch
it
it
again.
again.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So Like mine, I have been using. That's why you see when I launch it, it might be different from yours. But when you launch or open your R Studio, I think this is the window that you see. The first window is the console that you see. Then, of course, we have other windows that I'm going to explain. But even before we proceed further, if you want to clear the console, as we said, you press Control L, the same Control plus L, or you see, this is the console window, the same that we had in RGUI. But if you want to clear it, and the simplest way, you come here, there's something that looks like a broom. When I take my cursor here, you see it is telling me clear console. Then again, a pop-up comes out explaining how uh, you can do so using some kind of um, I can say shortcut. So so you can use this one, click this one, the icon that looks like a broom, and when you click once, it clears the console. So this is the console window. You can type your codes as we did yesterday in the execute, like 1 plus 1, enter. Then you can execute the same way we did yesterday. Then again, yesterday we saw what called the script window, and we saw what we call the graphics window, the one that displays the graphics and so on. So we are going to repeat the same thing the way we did yesterday. What I want you to do, I want us to open what called the script window. I want us to open what we call um, the script window. So to open the script window, go to file. The file icon is up here, just in your left top left. We have various icons. We have the file, we have the edit, code, view, plots, and so on. Just go to file. Once you click on file, there's a pop-up window that has other information. So what we are interested is a new file. Then under new file, when you go again to new file, you can see, if you can see my screen, there is another pop-up window that you can see. What I'm interested is on another R script window, which similarly can be accessed through Control Shift N. So R script, you click on it, and you see now. I think all of you have seen that there's a new window that has just popped up on your top left. So currently, as you can see, you have all four windows that are displayed in one interface, as compared to ArcGUI, whereby we had the console. Then if you want another window to be displayed, you write the code, then it pops up from nowhere and so on. So this is called the script window. And therefore, um, I want us to try and do the same thing that we were doing yesterday. But today, I want us to work with the script window. I think the first thing we came up with a variable called cells. It was cells, if I'm not wrong. I might not remember the exact values, but let me start from 10, 15, 20, maybe 25, then 30. Then after sales, we have cost. That's cost of sales. Maybe we have 4. You can say 8, 10, maybe 12, and 15. How many are this one, two? Okay, the length should be the same. Then we are interested to plot. You are interested to plot. You are plotting. You are plotting cost against sales. So I can give you time. We are just trying to do the same thing. Sorry, so that I can explain the interface and so on. I hope we are together. Then to execute, if I want to execute all these codes together, I can just highlight everything, then execute. But if I want also to go line by line, I go here, line number 1, I execute or in isolation. I go to line number 2, I execute in isolation. I go to line number 3, I execute in isolation. Maybe before even we execute, another beauty of working with Arc Studio is that Arc Studio makes your life easier, even in terms of executing. Instead of maybe using the keys and so on, we have an icon here called run, this one. When you click it after highlighting, it just executes. Again, you can as well use the control enter and so on. Yes, Nancy?
What do you mean by the word execute? Is it the same as edit?
No, not to execute is to run that code so that you are able to get your results.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I think we can now run our code. As I have shown you, we have two ways. And as I said that working with Art Studio is very simple. We have icons that you can easily navigate. So we have this icon that is indicated as run. Here is the one that you can use it to run the current line. As I said, you can run line by line, like line number 1 is in isolation, line number 2 in isolation, line number 3 in isolation. But as well, you can just uh, highlight everything, then you click run. So the rules remain the same. The first rule, as we said yesterday, is that R is case sensitive. Whether you are working in ArcGUI or Studio, it stands. And that one applies mostly. For instance, sales and costs are our variables. They'll keep on changing. You can even use your name. Instead of typing sales, you can replace with your name. Instead of typing costs, you can replace with your name. Then plot is a function that's inbuilt in R, and the function, what it does, it tells R that you are supposed to come up with a graph and so on. So, what next? Yeah, I hope we are together. So, you have seen, because I was trying to explain. Yes, Venetia?
Okay, on my side, I'm getting an error that the error in the cost object is not interpretable as a factor.
Are you in a position to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes. Okay, we have cells. Object not interpretable as a factor. Okay. We have cells. When executing, you have highlighted everything.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when you see, I have a window here. This is plot. I tried the one for yesterday, but it worked. The example you gave yesterday, but now this one is not working. This one is giving me this error.
Okay. Because object not interpretable as a factor. Because factors are totally different things. I'm trying to see the spelling. It's fine.
Because if I pick
Pardon.
this one, if I pick it and I put it on the console, then let me see. Then I run it. It runs. But when I put it, let me see. If I type the whole thing on the console, it runs and it gives
I,
me
what-
the
I
graph.
see in your line. Sorry, in your line number 2.
Mhm.
In your line number 2, is that C? It looks like a capital C.
This one, oh, my
Yes.
okay.
The function plot, retype it again. You can delete, you can edit line number 3. No, it doesn't start with that one, the second one. Select the second one. I think it is fine now. Yeah, it is fine. So one error that you had in line number 2, concatenate, you started with capital C, and yet it is small c. In line number 3 also, I think your plot had capital P instead of small p. Thank you so much. I saw someone also had noticed. Thank you. Any other error? Okay. So, I'm going to explain all other things that you see here, but we have done the same thing we did yesterday. First of all, we have seen that we were typing our code. This is called the script window of the editor, the one on your top left. Then we have the console in your bottom left. Then we have the script window here. Of course, we have other windows that I'm going just to explain what they are used for. We might not use everything, of course, uh, but we have those very critical or crucial ones. But before even I proceed further, in fact, also I'm sure the team is interested to know why is it that the appearance of my Arc Studio is different from maybe the rest. In most cases, the default appearance is a white background and so on. Maybe you might be interested to know that one. So I just want to pick someone. There's someone I have seen in today's session. Benson. Benson, are you in a position to speak?
Yeah, I'm in a position to speak.
Okay, thank you so much. So, if you are there in yesterday class as you are looking at Argui, and today we are looking at Arc Studio, maybe what's the difference between the two so far that you have seen in terms of the interface? And I say the interface or the user interface is how you interact with the software. What's the crucial thing that you have seen?
I'm sorry, but yesterday I had work. I could not log in. I didn't log in, but I'll.
Okay. Okay, yeah. You have to follow that recording.
Yeah.
Maybe that is Rachel. Rachel, are you in a position to speak? Were you there in yesterday's class?
Yes, I was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think just from the brief session we have had, most of the codes, the things we are typing are the same. But I think for this one, with all the windows in one, like you had said, the same interface, windows don't keep popping up. It feels much more organized and straightforward compared to the one we were doing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that observation. Another person, any other observations? You can just raise up your hand. Yes, Philip.
So in this one, yeah, we can see like it has the code. Like each code is given a number. Like there's the line of code. Like in one is sales, two is cost, and then three is plot. Like the codes are numbered. So this one you can easily identify where your code is or where the error might be. Let me say that.
Okay. I think that is fine. Any other person, you can just raise up your hand. Any other person? Check. Yes, Nancy.
Okay, what I can see in this one, R Studio, apart from that, it's opened 4 windows. And on my side, I can also see a window that has the values that we've put on top of the graphical window. So apart from it being easier to use, that we are typing and we are seeing it right on the R script window, we are also seeing the values organized on the right, and below it I'm seeing the graph.
Okay.
And I've also it's been easier to follow as compared to R GUI, which we are trying to instruct us yesterday.
Okay, thank you. I think that's a good observation. The last one is Salom. Salom, I see your hand was up.
Okay, I am having a challenge
Yes.
in generating the graph.
Mm-hmm. Are you in a position to share your screen?
Okay, let me try.
Okay, let me stop sharing first.
Is it visible now?
Not yet. Yes, I can see. There's an expected, the first error is in line number 2. Is saying that, yeah. So in line number 2, you have missed the concatenate the C function before the opening parenthesis, and it should be small c. So before even Salom proceeds, I just want guys to, you see, whenever you get an error, first of all, you have to read that error to know which one. Like we see, it is very clear. It is telling you unexpected symbol in cost. Then it tells you exactly where it is. You see, there was no C before the opening parenthesis, and you have rectified. The next one, object cost not found. So there is high chances that I see cost. Okay, what you can do, just highlight on from line number 2 to 4 and execute fast so that you can see, or run. Yeah, I think it is fine. So, but initially, so where it said that the object was not found, maybe you had typed it wrongly, or even if you typed it correctly, maybe you had not executed line number 3, and you just executed line number 2 and proceeded to 4. That's why it was not recognizing it.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, so I think we have achieved our objective, first of all, because what I wanted is just showcase to use some of those windows. So, sorry, am I sharing? Yes. Okay. But now let me take you through other windows here. As you know, first of all, we have known that this window in the top right, top left is called the console window. The one on the bottom left is called the script. Sorry, the top left is called the script window. The bottom left is called the console window. Then when you go to bottom right, uh, it is not only the graphics window because we have various windows there. First, when I click on files icon, it will show all recent files that I have been using to work with R. Then I click on files. Then when I click on plots, is now when it will display the graphics window. Then when I click on packages, um, packages, as I told you, are some kind of libraries. In Python, we call them libraries that assist R to do more. Like it gives it uh, more functionality and so on. Then we have the help window here. The help window will display, I'll be teaching you how when you are stuck, how can you get help. It displays the output. Maybe you are stuck, you have just forgotten maybe a certain code or that, and you want maybe to get more information, you go to help. The same way, you see there's find here, you can just search it here, then it will redirect you to the internet. Maybe Salom, you can mute. Okay. Then we have the viewer here. The viewer also sometimes uh, displays what we call okay, in advanced levels of R. For very advanced level, we do what we call R shiny. R shiny is like is an R interface that is used to, if you want to create like come up with okay, let me try to display R shiny. Let me go to file, then new file, then R shiny web app, and this is match intake. Maybe I call it match intake. So you see it connects the user interface and the server, like the backend and the front end. Backend is what you can't see. Front end is what you interact with. Like when you go to the website, you just see what called the front end, the user interface. But backwards, you cannot see it. So let me create a simple Shiny application. Let me run this application. Don't bother so about it. I'm just trying to run in viewer pen. I'm just trying to explain a point. Yeah. So you see, this is what called backend. Mostly on the console window, you see, we have what call a code here. See, this is a backend. But what the user will see, let me try if I can maximize this one. You see, but what the user is supposed to see is this one, the histogram. Uh, like a user who does not know anything about R and so on is just supposed to see maybe this one. As let me try, I don't know how I can maximize it. Don't want to publish it. Yeah, it is here. So you see, the user just sees, this is called the user interface. Like this is what the user interacts with. Like when you try to When you increase the number of beans, you see how the graph keeps on changing. When you reduce, it keeps on changing. This is advanced level of R. We call it R shiny. For my case, I do use it at my place of work. So this is what you create in the backend. These are the codes that you have used to come up with this histogram. So, but the purpose of this, I was just trying to explain to you what we mean by what is the purpose of the viewer window. It assists you to display. So what normal happens when you deploy this app, I can just share a link with you guys so that when you click on that link, you will only see this one, this histogram. You won't be able to see the codes and so on. So we have seen the purpose of the viewer pen, what it does. Then, of course, we have the presentation. The presentation in R again, we have what we call R Markdown. What R Markdown does, in R, if you have, especially those people in academia, if you want to create, if you want to create, what do we call? If you want to create a document that looks like a PDF, a Word document, and so on, we normally use what called the R Markdown. Let me try and see also file so that I can show you. Okay, it is here, R Markdown. Let me say this class is called Match Intake Notes. I want it in presentation. I hope it will work. Let me just pick HTML slides. I hope it won't bring issues. Then allow me to run all chunks below. I hope it will give me what I want. Then allow me to knit to PowerPoint. No, knit to HTML. Those are more advanced. Let me just say March 23. Let me see if it will work. Yeah, so let me share. You are not seeing that screen. Let me share what it has given us. So when you knit, it will give you something like this. Though it is a blank document, sorry. Yeah. So you see, you are able to present your results in form of notes and so on. So basically that is the purpose of that window. But these are also very advanced levels, but it is important if just I display them for the purpose of understanding. So after that, now we have another window, the one at the top. This is top right. We have the environment window. Environment window basically displays whatever you are working on. It is being displayed there. Whatever maybe you are saving and so on. Then history History also shows the history of especially those variables and so on that you have been saying. For instance, you can see cost, plot, shiny, the apps I have been running, and so on. Then we have connections. Connections here, as I mentioned during our beginner level class, that nowadays we have big data. In some organizations, we say that you might have a data administrator. In others, maybe you don't have a data administrator. Maybe you are working as a data engineer or a full stack data scientist or business analyst, and you are required to link um, to the server directly. So to do this, you just go to new connection, you click on new connection, then you can connect to whichever. You can connect to Excel file data, Microsoft Access database. You can connect to Visual database, maybe SQL server, the most common, and so on, so that your data is being retrieved in real time. This one is for big data Spark. You can connect to the Spark database. Mostly it just looks like SQL. You will learn it. So that is the purpose of that section. Uh, After connections, we have what we call tutorial. Tutorial, when you click on it, it has some basic notes about R, how you can read more about R. Then after that one, when I go back to the environment, we have another important window called import, the import window. This import now, if you don't want to connect to the database to be retrieving data in real time, for those people who are maybe downloading data uh, from a portal, then after you download the data from a portal, now you upload it for analysis, you use the import. Of course, in R, we have various ways to import data. We will be learning both of them, but the simplest one is this import data set. You just click here. Then we have various, what do you call? We have various types, various bases. We have from text based, from read R, and so on. So you click and you will be able to import your data in Excel format, text based, and so on. We will be able to use it later on as we are proceeding with our course. Another window, let me come back to these icons. I'm just going to pick the most important and critical one. One, we have the file. When you click on the file, it can assist you to save your work the same way you are saving in Excel and whichever tool. It can assist you to open a new script, a new notebook, and so on. And as I said, I think I had mentioned that Art Studio was trying to also um, like it was also trying to be more to adapt what Python has. So you can see that you can even type Python codes in Arc Studio if you open the Python script, the SQL script, and so on. You can be able to work with those languages here. Then another most important maybe icon is the edit. This one can assist you to undo and redo in case you have made a mistake and you want to do so. This one can assist you. But for instance, as it was working in um, R, as it was working in same as Excel and any other tool, Word, and so on, we use Control Z and Control Y. Then another important part is session. This one and the critical one is what you call the workspace, and especially what you call setting your work directory. The work directory is where you want, like when you are working in R, is the folder in which maybe the data you want to import resides, the code resides, and so on. So that's what we call the working directory. Then another one, the most important now, if you want your screen to have the same appearance as mine, maybe we can do this together. Um, just go to tools, go to tools, go to tools. After tools, sorry, why it does not, it is not displaying. Let me stop sharing and share my entire screen. Okay. Your entire screen. Let me share my entire screen. Okay, we go to tools. When you click on it, a pop-up opens. When it opens, just come to global options, the last the last one down here. Click on global options. We click on global options. When you click on global options, what are we interested in? We are interested in appearance, how your screen should appear. So when you have on the appearance, you can have the Arc Studio theme, you can have zoom, editor font, editor font size, editor theme. What else? And so on. So like mine, for this one, the most important thing is the editor theme. Like how do you want your theme to be? Mine, I'm using Cobalt. This is the one. We have ambience, for instance. When I click, you see the colors change. We have chaos, we have chrome, we have clouds, we have clouds midnight, we have Cobalt. I like using Cobalt. Once you select on it, you have this scroll bar that is on your right, this one. You scroll downwards, then click apply, then OK. So sometimes when you click apply OK, your R Studio might restart. Click apply, then OK. Sometimes it might restart, sometimes it will take you just to where it was. Any questions? Any questions so far on Arc Studio interface? Yes, Brenda.
Yes, I would like to know the okay, I didn't get it right. The difference between the import, the somewhere you explained about import and connections.
Okay, to import data here,
Yes.
the import works. For instance, if I send you an Excel file,
Mm-hmm.
then you download in your desktop or laptop, then the same way, for instance, if you want to attach, let us say you are writing an email to me and you want to attach a PDF document. You see, that attachment is resides in your laptop, right? But for instance, if that document PDF document, so that maybe document is stored in your G drive, you will share your G drive link. So that's the difference between the two. So a G drive is like a cloud-based storage, but the other one is a local storage in your laptop. So the connections mostly works when you are working with what we call databases. And as I said, databases, these are platforms. It can be cloud-based or local because organizations, such as for instance banks, have local databases. They don't work with cloud databases, if I'm not wrong, due to security and regulations and so on that subject them to do so. So therefore, that's the difference between the two. When you want to your data that refreshes after every maybe 5 minutes and so on, or even for instance, even if it is Google Drive, and you have people who are inputting that data, you have the clerks who are adding the data, you can still use the connection. But the import only works when you just have an ordinary, I can call it an ordinary Excel file and so on, and you want just to upload. It's like uploading, but we call it now here to import. Is that okay, Brenda?
Yes, it is. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. There was another hand that was up. There was another hand that was up. Was it Sammy or who? I saw a hand that was up.
Yeah, it was regarding on the same, especially where you can connect with maybe SQL, but I understand that one is connection.
Yeah.
Uh, just another one is uh, Argui and RStudio. The only difference, apart from the user interface, which is kind of friendly for RStudio, everything else is the same in terms of how it works.
Yes, I can say it's the same, but our studio has a lot of functionalities. But as I said, you cannot work with our studio desktop if you haven't installed our GUI desktop, because the main, I can say the foundation, the backbone is our GUI. Then now our studio supports. Our studio is what called integrated development environment, like where you work on easily and so on. So there's no so much difference. The purpose whereby Arc Studio was developed, and Arc Studio is also known as POSIT. It just changed its name last year around September there. It changed the name to POSIT. Of course, when you still go to the website, it is POSIT, but it is just indicated as ArcGUI. Sorry, Arc Studio still when you download the app. So the main difference is just how user friendly it is. That is what mostly differentiates them. But the backbone is what called the RGUI. Normally we call it the base R. Is that clear, Sunny?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, so also we have Arc Studio Cloud. Let me try and see if still I have I can remember the password of my account. So instead of downloading it and installing in the laptop, you can work it anywhere. Arc Studio Cloud. Yeah. I don't know if I can remember my password. Let me try and see. I'm sharing the link with you guys. as well. You can create your account there. Let me share with you the link for Arc Studio Cloud. Okay, we will not have, we are just completing this, then we won't have the second session. I want you guys to do the cut. I have seen not all guys have managed to do the cut that I shared the link, the Data Science Foundation cut. So I have shared with you guys a link. In case you don't have an account, just go and sign up. For those who don't have an account, you select the sign up. But for me, I have it. I need to log in. Let me try if I can remember my credentials. Okay, no, I'm supposed to log in. I don't know if I remember my credentials. I'm just trying. Yes, never. So I'm interested in Posit Cloud. I told you Arc Studio is also called as Posit. So you select Posit Cloud. But the disadvantage of the cloud based, you might be limited in terms of space. So maybe when you need to add more, you might be required to pay. So let me see if it is going to open. Oh, it has prompted me to log in again. Never. Okay, so sorry. So I think new project, new Arc Studio project. Let me see. Let me see if it's going to open. It is still loading. It's taking quite some time. Because I wanted to return the same interface. It is taking quite some time. It is responding slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
So
see
you
the
can
same
see
same
the
thing.
same thing.
Uh,
Uh,
Same
Same
interface. So
interface.
the
So
beauty
the
with
beauty
working
with
with
working with
this
this
is that
is that
you don't
you
need
don't
first of
need
all
first
to
of all to
carry
carry
your
your
laptop
laptop
anywhere.
anywhere.
Wherever
Wherever
you
you
can
are, you
even
can
go to
even
a
go to a
cyber,
cyber,
log into
log
your
into your
account and
account
do
and
your
do
work.
your work.
But
But
now
now,
the
the
disadvantage is
disadvantage
that
is
the
that the
space is
space is
always
always
limited. You will
limited. You
be
will be
required to
required to
upgrade
upgrade, because I think
because of the
because of the
resources that
resources that
also this
also this
company
company
uses to
uses the
deposit.
POSIT.
So
So
basically,
basically,
that
that
is
is
another
another
thing that I
thing that I
wanted to
wanted to
show to
show
you
to
that.
you that.
But with
But
this
with this
one
one now,
with this
with this
one,
one,
you
you
don't
don't
need to
need to
install
install our
GUI
GUI
because
because
both are
both are
there is
there
a
is
way
a
they
way
have
they
been
have been integrated
integrated
because this is
a
a
cloud
cloud
based
based
kind
kind
of
of
platform.
platform.
Yes,
Yes,
Venetia.
Venetia.
Okay, when I try to create an account, it's asking me to please select your destination. So the first option is Posit Cloud. The second one is shinyapps.io. Then the last one is Posit user settings.
Go to POSIT Cloud. POSIT Cloud.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. I just lost power. Just a minute. I lost power. Let me try to connect using my bundles. Okay,
Okay,
it's
it is
already
already
connected.
connected.
Any
Any
other
other
question?
question?
Any
Any
other
other
question?
question?
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
I
I
want us
want
to
us to
end
end
today's
today's
session
session
here
here
because
because
still we
still
were
we were
looking at
looking
the
at the
interfaces.
interfaces,
But
but
maybe you
maybe you
can
can
use
use
a
a
few
few
minutes
minutes
that are
that are
remaining to
remaining to
complete
complete the
that. It
card.
is
It is
just
just
I
I
saw
saw
people
people
doing it
doing it
within
within
15
15
minutes,
minutes,
20
20
minutes, and
minutes,
so
and so
on.
on.
In
In
case you
case you
didn't see
didn't
the
see the
link,
link,
I'm
I'm
just going
just
to
going to
reshare it
reshare it
right
right
away.
away.
That's
That's
via
via
our
our
group.
group.
I'm
I'm
also
also
going
going
to,
to,
once
once
power is
power is
back, I'll
back,
be
I'll
able
be
to
able to
upload this
upload
to
this to
YouTube and
YouTube and
share with
share
you
with you
the
the
recording of our
recording of our
today's
today's
class.
class.